All right, so this is our making predictions from scatter plots with trend lines. Now, we're going to use the word trend lines, or you will also hear it called line of best fits. You will hear it used both in this class. Trend line is used a lot in 8th grade, but line of best fit is what is most common, what is used in high school. So we're going to use both of those so that you get used to hearing both of them. So what is a trend line? How can I use it to make predictions? So we talked about yesterday that scatter plots are used to see if there's a relationship between two sets of data. But then we take it one step further and we look at it to see, can I make predictions based on this? So you'll see a lot of businesses do this. They'll see like how a product is doing over time or in certain locations or with certain age groups. And then they'll make a prediction based on, okay, if we continue this, if we continue to see this trend, where will it take us? And they'll use it to make predictions. You see it a lot used in the business world. So a trend line is a line that best describes or fits the data in a scatter plot. Trend lines can be used to make predictions. I'm going to move my microphone, so if it gets kind of wonky on sound, sorry. Well, it's just kind of in the way. Our next thing is to draw a trend line. Draw a line in the middle of all of the points that is going to have the same direction as your data. So if our data is going up positive, then our line's going to go up positive. You should have about the same amount of points above the line as you do below the line. So our goal is to draw a line that describes our data. Now we can't connect every single point. It wouldn't be linear anymore. It wouldn't, it'd be all over the place. So we draw a line that kind of best fits. That's where that line of best fit. Or trend, it's showing us in general how it's working. So we're going to need a ruler. So I want the sub to pause this video, and I want ladies to get up first to get their rulers, then gentlemen. When everyone has a ruler, then go ahead and you can unpause this video. All right, go ahead. Hopefully you've unpaused the video now and everyone has a ruler. So I prefer the see-through ones. I actually like the clear see-through ones, but I don't have a lot of those, or I don't even know if I have any. So my goal is to practice drawing the trend line. So I can see if I trace it with my finger that my line is going this direction. So I'm going to draw my trend line going that direction. I don't want to draw it this direction. I'll use my pencil. I don't want to draw it that way because that doesn't go the direction. I don't want to draw it this way. It doesn't go the direction. So I want to go this direction. So I'm going to put my ruler and I'm going to look and I'm going to say, okay, if I draw my trend line right there, how many do I have on each side? And you can see that I'm kind of moving my ruler back and forth a little bit. If you have a clear one, it's really easy to sometimes just see through it and see how many are on each side. Now, I always start with drawing my trend line kind of softly. So I'm going to find a good spot in the middle. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I want about 5 on each line. It doesn't have to be exact. But I'm going to draw maybe, and so once I've drawn it, I stop and look. I go, okay, it's got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. That one's a little bit on the top side. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's I probably should have lowered it just a little bit. So I'm going to erase and I'm going to lower mine a little bit. Is that okay? 100% okay. I'm going to try it there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Is yours going to look identical to mine? No. Okay. At this age, we're learning to draw them by hand. When you get into high school, you'll learn how to do them on the calculator. All right, so go ahead and draw your trend line. All right, let's go ahead and look at the next one. Again, if you need more time, just raise your hand. The sub can pause the video. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what about 6? I can see it's going negative. So my line's going to go that direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe that's a good line. Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all kind of hovered. 1, 2. Yeah, that's pretty good. I got a couple going through it, which is good. But in general, I can see that's kind of in the middle of my points. Of course, the closer your data is, the stronger your data is, the easier it is to draw a nice trend line. And let's look at our third one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 26. So I'm about 13 on each side. Doesn't have to be exact. The more data you have, it's kind of hard to get that exact. It looks like my data is going this way, and it's pretty linear. It is linear. So let's see. If I draw it about there, I think I need to go down a little bit. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so I'm going to draw my line. And then I'm going to look at it without the ruler. Ooh, it definitely looks like it's a little top heavy. Can you see that? It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 on top. So definitely not the best trend line. So I'm going to want to slide it up just a little bit. Now, this is not a perfection thing. Okay? I know some of you are a little bit on the perfection. You want it to be a perfect line. You're not going to get it perfect. Okay? It's not going to happen. Dang it, I did it again. Maybe I should pause this video and try to draw it better. Sorry. I'm not doing a good job at drawing it where it's in the middle very well. Let's try this one. Oh, that looks a little better. Yeah, it's a little better. It still looks, no, it looks pretty good. Yeah, got about the same on each side. And it's okay. You just saw me have to erase it twice. It's okay. That's why we have erasers. Draw it lightly, erase, do as many times you need till you feel good that it goes through your data. Now, what wouldn't be okay is if it was down here because all my points are above it or up here. All right, so now let's look at making some predictions a little bit. All right, so graph shows the average number of hours a group of 13 middle schoolers watch Netflix and sleeps. Okay, we have Netflix, sleep. What is the best prediction of the number of hours a middle schooler would sleep if they watched 2 hours? So I'm going to draw my trend line or my line of best fit. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 points. Every year I have someone ask me, what if it's an odd number like that? It's okay. Remember, it doesn't have to be exact. We're not striving for perfection here. We're just striving for a nice line that kind of describes my data. What is the best prediction of the number of hours a middle schooler could sleep if they watched 2 hours of Netflix? So here's 2 hours of Netflix. I'm going to come over. I'm not going to look at my point. There is a point there. But I'm looking at my line, making a prediction. And it looks like it's about 7 hours of sleep. Now, yours might be slightly off. That's okay. All right. Let's look at the next one. What is the best prediction of the number of hours a middle schooler would watch Netflix? So, watching Netflix. If they sleep for 8 hours. So now I'm going to look at my sleep is 8. And it looks like we're just right above the line. Slightly. Just slightly. So I'm going to say maybe 1/3 of an hour. It's not quite for me all the way to the 0. It's a little bit above it, just slightly. Now, for purposes of our notes, we probably want to keep our numbers the same. All right, let's look at number 2. All right, so we've got a nice little cluster of data here, it looks like. We're going to talk about the word cluster. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So I want about 7 on each side. That looks good. Yeah, that's not bad. What's the best prediction for the catering cost of a 100-person wedding? So here's 100 people. I'm going to come up, and it's going to be about $900. 9. Very good. What's the best prediction for the number of guests at the wedding for $200 catering? So here's $200. I'm going to come over, and it's not quite to the 20. Halfway between 0 and 20 would be 10. So I'm going to say about 12. 12. Yours might be a little off. Sorry, can't see those numbers. I looked at 200, came, it's about right there. Maybe 12, 13, 14. All right, for number 3, I want you to draw your trend line, and then I want you to pick A, B, C, or D. Now, we're going to pause the video, give you time to do it. So you're going to pause the video. When everybody's done with it, push play. So go ahead and pause the video now. All right, hopefully you paused the video and you'll have had time to work this. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my trend line. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Let's see. Maybe that. No, that's a little too low. Again, remember, we're not striving for perfection, but we do want it to be a nice line. So definitely take your time doing a nice line. And that one's low too. And normally I would cut that part of the video out, but you need to see that it's okay to make mistakes, guys. It's okay for it to not be a perfect fit every single time. And to have to redo it. All right, it's a little bit better. So based on the data shown, which of the following is the best prediction for the total cost? So I'm going to look at my total cost for 7 items. So here's 7 items. So I'm going to go up, and for me, it's about 35. Okay? But I want to look. If it was $7, $7 would be down here. It's not a really good, that doesn't fall in line with my data. $17 would be about there. It's getting closer to my line, but it's still pretty far off. 37 would be about, actually be closer than that. About there. That fits pretty nicely with my data, but let's check the last one. And then 42. So even though 42 is decently close also, which one is best? And best would be C, 37. All right, number 4, I want you to draw your trend line. I want you to answer the question. So you're going to pause the video and push play when everybody has had a chance to do it. All right, go ahead and pause the video now. All right, hopefully by now you've paused the video, you've had a chance to try this. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pieces of data again. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe about there. It's a little on the low side. Again, remember, it's okay to erase multiple times. You've seen me do it this whole video. Alright, that's a pretty good line. So based on the data shown, which of the following is the best prediction for the distance Jimmy was from the hoop if he made 3 baskets? So here's 3 baskets. And the first thing is 4 feet. Does that point fit in with my data? Nope. What about 7? Well, we've gotten closer, but still, is it close to that line? No. What about 10?